What's good, y'all? Just came on here. I just want to give you guys a trade recap for today. Just going to talk about what I wanted to see happen. What were my idea for going into today? Obviously, I did not take any trades today. I'm gonna explain why. I saw my model. It presented itself, but we ended up not getting no entry. So I was gonna go talk about that today. Also gonna go over why I did not get an entry and why it's important to recognize when price doesn't give you an entry. It's technically a sign for it telling you to not trade this price action. Yeah, just gonna go over what I want to see happen. So starting off in the 4 hour time frame, we had two 4 hour FVGs like yesterday. So let me pull the price back and then pull back. So this is kind of what I was looking at coming into the morning. Yeah, something like that. There's liquidity in here, but we'll go over that. So there's 2 and 4 RPGs. Obviously, this is equilibrium price. We could have came down here, swept, and then have a buy move up from there. But there's liquidity in the 1 RPG. I'll go down to show you guys. Obviously, equilibrium is from the swing low to swing high price. So that's one thing you have to pay attention to when you're talking about equilibrium. So let me bring price. So I pulled the 2 back. Okay, let me bring this back now. Okay, so coming into the morning, we did have liquidity in the 1 hour FEG. So this is kind of what I wanted to see happen when it came to the morning. I wanted to see us come down here, sweep, create a kind of buy model. Then we have a move back up to all-time highs. Obviously, all-time highs is not that far. So when we're talking about bias and draws on liquidity, and those are the kind of first things that I look for when it comes to trading in the morning. When I wake up, I kind of want to have an idea where price wants to go. So when we're talking about bias, obviously know what gaps are getting respected. Bearish gaps are getting respected, then you kind of want to be looking for shorts. If bullish gaps are getting respected and bearish is getting disrespected, then you kind of want to be looking for longs. So obviously, us being at really close to all-time highs, and we've been bullish for a very long time, we're obviously going to be looking for longs. But when it comes down to consolidation periods during price, that's when we can kind of paint a picture. We can either take shorts or longs. So just depending on where price is, you have to be able to adapt, not predict, and always react. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to see when it came back to market open. I didn't want to see us go down lower. I wanted to see us come here, sweep this liquidity in the 1 hour FEG. Then we have a buy model from there. I've seen it happen millions of times, but obviously this price action has been kind of iffy. So could have gone either way. So yeah, yeah. Now I'm gonna explain to you guys what did happen. So we end up not trading. We end up not trading lower. Obviously the draws are higher. Obviously we have all these stacked highs here. Obviously this is session highs as well, so we have Asia and London highs right there. So obviously good draws above us, and obviously this is the first presented 15-minute FEG. I'm gonna explain why that's very important when it comes to reaching all-time highs. So market ends up just continuing higher. So what do I look for when we're continuing in this kind of trending type of days? I'm gonna be looking for continuation models. And continuation models are either 15-minute FEGs getting respected or 5-minute FEGs getting respected. And then we kind of have an inversion, sweep of liquidity, maybe an SMT, change of state, and then obviously a good draw on liquidity, and obviously somewhere where we can break even at. Obviously, on my last trade I won Wednesday, it was kind of a different type of trade. Obviously, we did have a 3-minute. I don't know if you guys remember, but um, I had to go break even at 3-minute FEG, and it was kind of different for me, but it ended up playing out for me. So that's being adaptive, and understand price. So yeah, so we end up trading higher. Let me fast forward this. Yeah, so we end up trading higher. We end up creating a 15-minute FEG and a 5-minute FEG in the 15. So there's a 5-minute and a 15. So there's liquidity here, and liquidity is going to be here. Let me just fast forward this. Okay, so we end up generating liquidity right here. We end up coming back into the 15-minute FEG at 7 a.m. That's when the 15-minute fair value gap gets created on the 15-minute time frame. So yeah, so that 15-minute FEG gets created. Now let me show you guys when we sweep price and why we are sweeping price. So we end up rejecting off this 15-minute FEG, which is very important because that's the reason why price is coming down. It's respecting this 15-minute FEG and coming down in lower price. So obviously there's an opportunity to really take shorts here. There's an opportunity to take shorts there. I'm pretty sure there was a 5-minute as well. 5-minute inversion here. So there's a 5-minute flip here. And then we end up trading lower, trading higher. So obviously there's both ways of the story, and whatever model works for you is what's gonna work for you. So obviously I'm not gonna switch up on what I wanted to see happen. So I was being patient. So I'm waiting for price to come back into the 15-minute FEG, sweep here and sweep here. Let's see. We end up getting it at 7 a.m. So here, this is a 7:01 candle. So 7:01 candle sweeps here and here. We end up not getting no entry at all. So now let me tell you why. So obviously, there's an opportunity to really take a long like this. There's an opportunity to take a long like this. Obviously, you have your stops at the low, at the swing low, or you can have it in here, which is a good risk to reward. But there's kind of no entry model for me here. Obviously, we are, and I'm like pretty confident that we're gonna respect this fair value gap. But obviously, not getting entry is one of the key things on when you find out if price action is in your favor or not. So obviously, I like getting an inversion play. So if there's an inversion here, then this is a good RR type of trade from here. From here, maybe we get a change of state here. Maybe we get the sweeps are good. Maybe we get an SMT here as well. Like this is a high probability trade if we get the inversion here. But let me tell you why this doesn't work. So obviously there's a 3-minute somewhere here. This is one, and then there's another 1 minute. So we're gonna have to be pushing through 2 1 minutes, and especially this 15-minute FEG at all-time highs first presented is getting respected as well. Kind of iffy, and from market experience and from other people that has mentorships and all that stuff, what I've heard is when it gets close to all-time highs, it usually likes to play games and usually just wants to sell off a little bit more and then finally get all-time highs at later in the day. So kind of aiming for all-time highs is kind of hard. Obviously I'm going to be aiming for the first presented 15-minute FEG. I don't really have conviction that we're going to go higher yet. Maybe, possibly, maybe leave runners, go break even for sure, and then once we go break even, then we're out the trade. But this is what price gave us. So we get no change of state, we get no SMT, we get no close inversion for value gap, and we kind of just get like this type of trade here, like this. The R is going to be cooked. Obviously, we still have to displace to this 1-minute FEG as well. So we would have been in drawdown almost the whole trade, and if we were in the trade, we would have lost. The trade ends up not playing out. Which is one thing I really want to explain is that it's not going to work every day, and you have to be able to recognize price action, recognize if it's in your favor. That's why I always emphasize that. It's like you can make money. Anyone can make money, but you can't keep the money. That's the issue with most traders. They can never keep the money, and that's the whole reason of being a trader. You have to have good risk management and understanding price action. So we get the sweep, we get the rebalance on 15 and 5-minute FEG, but understand where we are in price. We're very close to all-time highs, which is nothing's bad with that, but the possibility of us hitting all-time highs from here is very it's not like 100% sure. So obviously we would have to displace to this 1 minute and this 1 minute, and then we would be touching the 15-minute FEG once again. So could have gone both ways. Either shorts could have played. But yeah, so that was kind of my bias and what I want to see happen today. And yeah, so obviously this was the buy side of the curve and what I want to see happen, and I'm not getting that, and price action just becomes kind of poop from there. And then we have this trade does not end up playing out. And then Trump actually releases at 7:57. He ends up saying that he's gonna increase the tariffs on China. And that's why we have this huge dump. So I could see us next week possibly selling off a lot. So yeah, obviously I think next week we're gonna have a kind of rebalance to for value gaps, a big time for value gap, and then we're gonna kind of have a sell model from there and keep going lower. So this could be the shift in price that we needed. This could be the consolidation period that we needed. Obviously, has an ICT trader, it's like you kind of want consolidation periods, but not super bad, just good enough so you can either take longs or shorts, and kind of reversal type of trades. Continuation models do work, and honestly, they've been working for me a while, but I kind of miss my reversal trades. I usually got really big trades on those, but haven't lately. So I've been able to adjust and adapt to price action. So yeah. So if we got this trade, if we got this inversion here, I would have got break even there, and then let the trade run to the 15-minute FEG. If it hit good. If it didn't, then we call it a day and we walk away. So yeah, I knew some people who did take longs from here from market open. Obviously, taking a market open type of trade is kind of iffy because the market volatility is very strong. So you could have got stopped out and then it went in your TP. But yeah, that's just not for me. So yeah, obviously us being all-time highs, looking for longs, know what the drawn liquidity is, and know where your bias is. So yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all. Please like and subscribe. Obviously, I'm gonna be working on the Discord soon. It's coming out. Obviously, follow the Insta, follow the TikTok, and all that good stuff. Catch y'all.